Well, a long-time friend of alleged fraudster Nicola Flint has spoken to Newshub, claiming she too has been a victim of the former Christchurch woman.
UK resident Emma Butler says she housed Nicola Flint and her family for 4 months when she fled New Zealand after allegedly committing a 6-figure fraud and lying about having terminal cancer. Juliet Speedy has the story.
Nicola Flint was raised in the UK and made a lifelong friend at intermediate school named Emma Butler. 6 years ago, while Flint was living in New Zealand, she contacted Emma to tell her she was dying of cancer.
I travelled to New Zealand several times at great expense, but it was worth it because I was going, and she didn't have long left.
During one New Zealand visit, Flint took Emma on a road trip to a spot near Nelson.
One of my trips was designed around visiting Mapua, because that's where her ashes were going to be scattered.
It was around this time Flint was also medically retiring from her job at ANZ, where she's now accused of stealing nearly $85,000. She's also been charged with stealing close to $100,000 from the rugby club she worked at. Flint eventually contacted Emma, saying she'd run out of money for treatment. Newshub has seen some of the 2018 messages saying, "I am medically termed as terminal. We have spent everything saved and all that has been spared to fund excess medical costs in the last 18 months. Effectively, I cannot pay you or your parents back until I die." Emma replied, "I have spoken to Mum. She is insisting on that she send you £12,000 to cover the difference for your treatment."
She said she hadn't been able to have it for a few weeks and 3 new tumours had grown.
My wife and I sent £13,000 sterling for her to complete the treatment.
At that time, that was around 25,000 New Zealand dollars. Eventually, Emma's father started to believe they'd been scammed.
You don't live for 6 years with stage 4 terminal cancer.
But Emma kept supporting her friend, even having her to stay when she fled New Zealand late last year, as stories of her alleged 6-figure fraud started to emerge here.
They lived with us for nearly 4 months.
Flint's now believed to be in Wales with her family. Emma and Ian have watched Newshub's stories about her alleged lies, fraud and forged cancer letters, which is why they want to speak out.
She has just walked away from here and left a path of destruction.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's done that in New Zealand.
They've now spoken to both the New Zealand and the UK police. Ian told the UK policewoman to Google the Newshub stories.
She said, "This is even worse than I thought because I've had cancer twice. For somebody to do this is outrageous."
Ian also contacted Flint asking about the money they gave her, which they say is deception.
She was very quick once she thought the police were being involved to respond by saying it was a gift.
They say they've been deceived financially, but more so emotionally, and they want Nicola Flint to face justice. Juliet Speedy, Newshub.